Hello, Moogles and Miniatures. My name is TB Skyen, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we have just visited unspeakable violence on innocent creatures for no good reason, and now we're about to do it again. Probably, I don't know. Depends on what Minfilia has for us here.
Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Brick.
Wow. Sorry.
Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I'd thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of the primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we've sought so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require assistance, I have their assurances that he will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I've forgotten something important.
Are we about to find out about Minfilia's hitherto secret child or something? Like, hey, your dad is still alive, also, somehow. Thou art ever welcome, Brick, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these whole should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Fully many a proud pioneer hath bravely striven into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor faded by eons. And still, man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that his wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they're found. Just pack your things and come with us, you jackass! Be not offended, Brick. By thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Okay, she's screaming at something. Whence came that cry? The solar! 12 will fend the antecedent! Well, she's dead. Oh, she's still moving.
Brick, must... Tell me, Louisois, would you have done the same?
Louisois Levier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Why is it they can just walk in?
An Ascian, here, how?
How readily you see. You are gifted indeed, antecedent.
You're not like the others. Your robes.
Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you.
He who... You speak of La Habrea.
La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes.
Then he's still...
Come, I confirm only that which you knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion.
You... What a... I'm ready when you are, milady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, milady. We shall depart whenever you're ready.
It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct.
I do not understand.
Shadowless, timeless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded.
You know nothing about me. Nothing.
The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation.
La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo.
La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master.
And if we did...
There would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends.
Wait! Stay where you are!
Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the Ardor, I wonder? Let us meet again as friends. Immediately stabs her through the chest.
I take it there's no need to explain. Save you concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic.
She doesn't need alcohol, Tataru.
Urianger, send words to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the Forbidden Tomes in particular. If there's any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it.
Ascian, my lady. Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did, but moments ago, glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet the Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen?
I know not, and I care not. Find him, Brick. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to.
Pray attend me, Tataru. I desperately need better boots and pants for Brick. Hey, Johnny stabs a lot. What's the deal? I'm told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Brick, do you wanna? I don't stop. Okay. No, okay. Just gonna let just go. Oh, you wanna walk? Okay, that's cool. I'll just let you do that. That's fine. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Really wasn't that tough. Oh, have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? Yep, I'm gonna kick your ass. You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he's considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives, if you will. What claims? You haven't said anything. You've just been like, in some time in the future, an unspecified thing shall happen. Ooh, you're like fucking astrologer over here. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Motherfucker just standing there telling me that my moon is in the house of Venus or whatever. People, there are no Lalafell Asians? Yeah. I mean, it would be hard for them to be intimidating. It really would.
Thank the gods you've returned, Brick. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did you say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak, and of what exactly?
Well, he didn't say, because I guess they hadn't written, like, well, it's always like this, like these fucking people show up and act like they're telling you, giving you all the answers, and you're too stupid to understand. But then it's like, what they're saying is complete word gibberish.
The words of this Elidibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I'd hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this Ashen until after we've completed our move to the Rising Stones. There's but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there's much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat him with care. It is all I have left of my father.
I'll just slap it in a photocopier or something. That's the other thing about, like, we have all of this technology that, like, allows us to have, like, airships and, like, all kinds of incredible engineered magic and, like, libraries and things, but no one has invented, like, a magic photocopier? Like, a thing that, like, copies ink from one page to another? Surely that must be possible. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Here, have a very important book. The legacy of Minfilia's father, who perished in the parade incident of 1562, when a Gubu broke free of its magical fetters and ran amok through the street of Ul'dah. Well, that's a way to go. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, I can imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. That was a 1.0 cutscene? Okay. Oh, Lord.
Rick, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for Rising Stones. If you've yet to... Once you've given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th Heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters.
They named the bar 7th Heaven? Okay, well.
Assuming you've already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it's right on our doorstep.
There's a scene in the newest expansion where our character is literally baffled by an ordinary radio.
Oh, Brick, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up.
As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I am pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all the signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours.
Splendid. From this day forward, I'll spare no effort in seeing that it was as welcome and comfortable as home for us as the Waking Sands ever was.
With the added benefit of not being a place where all of our friends got murdered.
That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar faces and places. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we're truly safe here.
Ah, Crystal Tower.
That man, I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. Though the details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside.
It's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Brick, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you.
The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Towers series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower, not without consent, and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned.
Well, it certainly is spacious.
That's the wrong voice on Minfilia. They could have given it a new music, like some new music rather than just the Waking Sands music again. Oh well.
Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we'll sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea.
Which, like, deciding what is good or bad for the future of Eorzea is still... That's a very political decision. Just saying, like, maybe like, oh, we're not going to let politics influence our decisions. Let's just hold on there for half a quarter of a second there. My good friend, my boy, my pal. Like, maybe that's politics, actually. But oh well.
A moment of your time, Brick. I would speak of Elidibus.
Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence.
No one will respond. How odd. Allow me to try.
We're sorry. The number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
No response. Surely they would not ignore us.
They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst.
No, I will not believe it. An outpost perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed.
Except, you know...
But for those who lack the gift of and the knowledge both? Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of me, it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus.
'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlikely to yield it unconditionally.
Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. Oh, what could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Ochre? Or Puce?
Ascian Power Rangers?
And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we'd gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Hebrea, I dared to hope we'd find ourselves to get rid of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Brick. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero. Your face is a picture of resolve.
It's... I have, like, one expression, lady.
I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Ryle, where are you?
Ooh.
Your intercession was not foretold.
You object?
We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear.
They survived the Seventh Order and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No?
It does not.
Save as you will. So too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom from his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. You could just tell us, you fucking posers. You overdramatic nerds. You losers. A realm awoken.
Hooray!
Congrats on finishing 2.1. Yeah, I figured that achievement was for, like, for finishing a patch. Out of sight, out of mind. Maniac Manor. Wait, Maniac Manor? Hang on. That's not... That's not a reference to Maniac Mansion, right? That's not a reference to Maniac Mansion, surely. It's just a coincidence, right? An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Let's see, what kind of voice would this guy have? Let's see. Oh, I see. Do I know you? Haha, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Brigoltham himself. Yeah, amazing! And a little more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. But I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward, not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No. I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, well, then I bid you seek the man by name of Rambrose at St. Coinach's find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Okay, then. Oh my god, I can't teleport out there. No! I have to actually go! By using my flying mount. How inconvenient. Oh, this place is all crystally. Okay, from up here, anyone who's familiar with game design is going to be familiar with this pattern. Like, that's a texture that everyone who ever played a video game has seen that particular texture pattern before. And it's always funny to spot it. Right, who are we talking to? That person, Rambrose.
Why, if it isn't Brigoltham himself! I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb? Well, the opportunity you spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropo-geographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know about it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I'm certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself in an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thalsallen Halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation?
Sure. Like, Brick doesn't know how to say no to anything.
Well, I rather thought you'd say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first...
Rick, I thought it was you. Whom are we talking? Hey! What brings you to St. Cornet's? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yeah? No.
I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us.
Has he? Glad to have you aboard, Brick. You, don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let's begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Cornac are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. But I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much in the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the ultimate weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Tolskeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now, to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allegan structure of which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the ultimate weapon in the Lesser Moon Dalamut before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all else, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I've no wish to see another Malachical Legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. Dramatic. Okay, better not go close to that. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 Sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Can't you just, go around them? Guess not. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? Well, it's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach.
My colleagues are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to their tower secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced explorer. It'll be difficult and dangerous, Brick, but I can think of no finer man for the task.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you'd had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again.
There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead.
By which we mean click on me again to keep talking.
Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As previously mentioned, however, that'll prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyses, however, we're reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free from the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen for their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray, make for Lanasia, where both the Sepsis spawning grounds and Ugamaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful.
Cool. Like this. Yeah, we need something that they have, so we're just gonna go there and kill them and take it. Wow, I wonder why the Beast Tribes are, like, so likely to summon fucking primals. Yeah. Oh, well, we have an archaeological dig, so, like, could you just go and murder some guys and take their shit so we can do it? Fucking hell. All that talk of being, like, part of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and neutral and safeguarding the peace, and it's like, oh, well, I'm momentarily inconvenienced. I guess I shall do some murder about it. Trespasser, invader, infiltrator. Yeah, you're not wrong. I am extremely in the wrong here, but the game demands that I murder you for no good reason, so I guess your life is worthless. That's also one of those things that comes down to game design, right? Because in Final Fantasy XIV, and in most MMOs, like, the only verb that the player has available, like, the only action that's really available to players beyond just, like, clicking dialogue options, is violence. Like, it's all of our abilities, all of our level up, all of our, everything that character progression is about revolves around increasing your capacity to do violence. Like, that's the basic game mechanic. And so what you see is, like, quest design, in order for a quest to be engaging, it kind of has to let you use the tools that you have to affect the world, right? Like, it kind of has to let you use the gameplay tools and, like, the verbs that are available to you to do stuff. And so you get these quests that are like, well, I mean, we have to let them fight stuff, even when letting you fight stuff kind of undercuts some parts of the narrative. These people aren't doing anything. Like, they're not being evil. They're just, like, hanging out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here to steal your sacred crystal. How you doing? I'm here to take your shit for no reason. And that's not really unique to Final Fantasy, obviously. Like, that's a problem that just exists. Like, across gaming in general, like, so much of game design, so many gaming verbs, so much of what gaming is built around is, like, most games, their primary verb is some form of violence, right? Like it's sort of endemic to the media form, which is a bit of a pity, if I'm quite honest. And I do sometimes wonder, like, what gaming as a whole could have been like if the way that it was developed had focused less on action gameplay and more on narrative, you know? Like, if the adventure game and the visual novel had emerged as the dominant forms rather than the arcade games, it's probably not something that's gonna happen, but, you know, it's fun to think about.
How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman strongholds?
I mean, the infiltration was easy enough because I can fly, but,
So, these are the famed flawless crystals of the Beast tribes. I've seen countless specimens from, I don't know how many excavations, but nothing compared to these. Their purity is astounding.
well, yeah, they're very pure, except that they're stained with all this blood I have on my hands.
You've done well, Brick. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharik, the war camp of the Amaljan Thanalan, the latter in Nadalan, the roots of the Ixal and the hills of Kirthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success.
Go. Right. We have completed unprovoked murder of civilians. War crime achieved. It is genuinely a little odd that, like, Final Fantasy XIV, one of the interesting things about the story, even in Realm Reborn, is that it does seem to give a little thought to these ideas. Like, it does seem to sort of think about those things. Of like, hey, like, maybe calling them just mindless beast tribes that can just be killed at our convenience is a bad idea, and maybe that causes the conflict. Like, maybe part of the reason why they're so fucking hostile is because Limsa Laminsa keeps stealing their land, or, like, the fucking exploiters of Ul'dah like keeps driving them away from their native hunting grounds. Like, maybe we're not helping here, actually, come to think of it. And then it goes and, like, gives you a quest like this that's just like, hey, could you go just murder some guys, just kill them, like, fuck it, whatever, we need a thing that they have, so let's just steal it from them. And it doesn't really, like, this quest at the very least doesn't, none of the characters here reflect on that. Like, no one really seems to care. It's like,
Rick, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen?
yeah, here you go. Hydrogen peroxide should get those bloodstains off.
Wonderful. We'll have 4 crystals in hand. We're now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give you the impression that it would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. At last, there's another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired from are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the Crystal Tower's defenses, they must need be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again.
Oh, good. Who do I need to murder? Oh, hey, materia.
The flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the scraping process. A very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties.
I didn't think I would have to speak so much as him. Oh, God. When will I learn the lesson? That seemingly unimportant NPCs will always have 5 times as much dialogue as I anticipate when I come up with a voice for them.
Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the goldsmith's guild in Ul'dah seems the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I'm well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I'm not an impatient man. But I fear that the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties.
How? They can't get in. No, dude, you need to explain that to me right now. You've just told me that there is an impenetrable defense field around the tower that can only be, like, undone with the very specific crystals that I just went and murdered people in order to steal. And now we need, like, a special super rare component to polish them, and you're like, someone else might get in before us. Who? Who the fuck might get in before you? Also, we're not that savory. Just, like, again, blood diamonds in your hands. Anyway.
That is why I wish to entrust you with a payment for a purchase and send you to speak directly with the Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope when next we meet you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require.
One more fetch quest. Boink.
Ah, Master Ultham, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask?
Here, have some money.
You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Koinak. Oh, what fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may take some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you're welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jemima over... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer.
Oh, is that our competition? Oh, Biggs, hey!
Come on, there must be something you could do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design.
I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment.
Partial? You're saying that's not enough? Oh, I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. You know, I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Well, Bragg, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eyes on something expensive, have you?
Well now, that is quite the money punch. The sound of so many guild clinking together, it's strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time.
Oh, no, you're here for the bloomin' ether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the elegant civilizations are a subject worth researching. Well, the chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think about much else, see? Well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal power propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used to corrupt a crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I just can't relinquish my claim on this batch here. Even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh?
While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours.
Oh, it's like that, is it? All right, this batch is yours, I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. I didn't say anything, I can't speak. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2.
You could just go ask Sid. Jesus, he would probably let you come. Honestly, dude. Now then, from what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Well, and rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There's said to be a peddler in northern Thanline who very occasionally handles the earth aspect of a variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? Well, the answer being just the other day. It seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanline without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Yeah, Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Oh, really? Is this going to be another recurring character? It feels like they're introducing a bunch of returning characters. Not so much.
Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, it's no stirring epic. But you asked. My employer, a Lalafellan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forgot what it was called, but it is apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion. I have not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. It's just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now.
And it's a rescue operation. Okay, then.
How can I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do, and I'm gonna die for it.
No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna walk out of here. Here we go. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Hey, buddy.
Rick, it really is you. How'd you find me? Can you smell fear?
Well, actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research as it happens. It was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish, very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes, what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Well, yeah, anyway, the important thing is the stolen ether sand is right here in my it must have fallen out while I was taking, evasive maneuvers. It seems like I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the ether sand in my stead. Oh, thank the gods! You're a true friend, Rick. I hope the search didn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Brick could fit Wedge in his pocket for safekeeping. Yeah.
Rick, have you had any luck locating the ether sand?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news.
Where's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand, and you're working with the chief. A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see.
Well, then you should really be the one to have this.
Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as though your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you.
In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a luck.
Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are more any, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Brick. Boy, okay, so a lot of fetch quests before we actually get into the Crystal Tower, huh? Let's fetch the last bits of sand that they want, and that'll probably be a place to cut an episode.
Brick, you've returned? I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I see. 2 varieties. Well, that's 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I'd hoped you'd see. Forgive my flippancy. You've done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. As to Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals.
I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you can find simply gather and dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Well, trust them to designing the revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Ah, typical. Just of course. It'll be good to have him around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where water and wind aspected types might be hiding?
Not as of yet, but I've made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit.
Forgive me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition.
Mayhaps an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Brick has won for our cause, if only for a moment.
Woo! Celebration!
La 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 la, you found some sand!
Yep, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked Shirley and their acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I've heard an area whisper from them. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I've mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned my friend.
Your friend whose fate you don't care that much about, I guess. Okay.
Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsimon-Trade, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he.
Time to teleport. War flashbacks to ether sand farming for raid gear. Yeah, those are the parts of MMO gameplay that I'm not really enthusiastic about. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not so much as seen a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you why one might mine the ore from which the water aspect of variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Batushk nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Time to go see a hog. I'll kill a hog. Do 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 do. I'll kill a hog. Do 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 do. I'm killing me a hog. Hulking hog carcass. Well, someone killed it before me, I guess.
You are too late, adventurer. And not only for the entertainment, you will find no trace of the ore which recently lay here. No, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, You will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you. The wind touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixchel in the northern shroud keep a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ishali hunt lugging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win.
Anyway, mine.
Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The wind touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help but feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift heir. It's crushed beneath the iron feet of the dollar hands.
Ah, there we go.
Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal that you've shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, sooner than you may imagine.
What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives?
Yes.
You brought both? I shall have Master Garland bring in to work on the crystals immediately.
Sweet. Guess I'll take the elixirs. There, that should do the trick.
Excellent work. We now possess all four of the fangs required to pierce the crystal tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland.
Oh, it's a trifling matter, I assure you. Brick here's the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Elegans' front door. Well, you can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Elegant Empire, is it? Their technology makes Golemals look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle in the technology that they do not understand. And the realm has been dragged onto the very blink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed?
Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology.
Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. This has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Elegant Empire could not save their civilization and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. This is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal away its secrets. Someone's going to be unhappy with that. Please don't smile with your teeth, Wedge. It looks uncanny and weird.
A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding will such as yours that have defined the course of history.
I'm just taking a guess.
So, you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or your preservation?
Why, the task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you've not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine.
A silent landing. Oh, I see. It's a redhead. Oh my god, yes. Heterochromia. It's a redhead with heterochromia. Now I know why Chad is getting so excited for him. And it's a Catboy on top of it.
Oh, greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I'm Graharatia, one of the students of Baldesian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition.
Hey, student of Baldesian, buddy there, could you tell me if your whole order has been murderously wiped out by the Alligans or something? Or the Asians?
Ratier's been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you'll forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of your own.
He is 110% a power bottom.
So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah!
Noah.
Well, that's the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our different backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Koinak, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its marks in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAS stands for Nominated Observers of Artificial Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically. But my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted elegant Archmagus.
An Archmagus? Well, I like the sound of that.
Very well, now that the present matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it's time we set forth to brave the outer defense of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart?
Ready, says Noah. Anyone into size difference?
Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let us not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here to oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Alagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself. Though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast.
The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part.
Oh, Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present.
Dun, 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 dun. I actually meant to cut an episode, but I forgot.
I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable.
Lucky for us, that is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yards of the tower's inner reaches.
No matter how swift they may be.
Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Chief, it's too,
Dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Yeah, quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Knock, knock. Success!
I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs.
They really could have just installed a doorbell or something. Ah, this last one's yours, old friend. Seemed only right. Yeah, that's not how archaeology works, Sid. Yeah, it is pretty bad archaeological practice all around. Like, generally, you don't want to blow things up. Like, that's, like, explosions are not usually the primary tool of archaeology.
We did it! So much for the outer defenses! Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation.
Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition, rather, not exhibition. I suggest we wait here while breaking a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower.
What? Without us? I thought we came here to serve the entire structure.
We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of this place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. A Brick here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it's not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Brick and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, Historian Gradia.
Do you ever tire of being right, old man? Brick, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When we are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell, and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer you leave any relics you encounter remained intact, well, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Brick.
Captain. Labyrinth of the Ancients now accessible.
Hooray!
Duties for alliances. This duty is designed to be undertaken by an alliance. A squad of 24 adventurers formed of 3 full parties. Jesus. The battle composition is reserved for large-scale duties only. While you're in an alliance, the class, job icons, and HP bars of the alliance will appear to the right of the party list. By joining forces with other parties, you can achieve that which would otherwise be impossible. Yeah, my apologies to everyone who's shown up and is sitting around waiting. I don't think I have time to be doing this today. Which I feel rather bad about, since you all showed up. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit, that's cool. So yeah, like, I need to go and do other work, and this seems like a thing that's gonna take a while. Fucking hell, those cosplays, man. This is something that's gonna take a while, but I will at the very least appreciate the fits. Like, this fucking rules. Holy shit. Like, I've talked about before how much I like when you have all of the fantasy nonsense at your disposal and you go with something that's kind of more down to earth. But here, like, there's some extra stuff going on here, like, right, like with the pouch along the side and like the tattoo. Like, it's not really sort of simple and downplayed. It's still kind of extra, but it's extra in like a modern street fashion kind of way. I like that, especially along with like the rifle, like the old-timey rifle stock. Like, it really looks like a revolver. Like, that really has some fucking vibes to it, man. Hot lady? That's a really cool shirt. Is that the beach shirt that I got earlier? I think it might be just colored red, I guess. Shit, those might be the kinds of pants that I want for Brick, actually. Shit, I might... Ooh, I might need to get a hold of those. That's a solid fit. And it is like... I do kind of feel like when you're the class... Like, astrologer or summoner or whatever... Like, whatever class it is that uses those tomes, you do kind of need a little bit of this. Like, a little bit of the, like... Of, like, the fantasy extra bullshit. Because the weapons themselves are, like... At least if you have a weapon like this, you kind of need to match it a little bit with the rest of the outfit. Like, which you get, like, it's still kept pretty simple, like, whatever this particular gear is. Like, there's not much, but, like, right here on the side where the book is anyway, and on the arm that wields, like, that helps wield it, you get that little bit of extra sort of overblown detail, and that's actually a really nice consonance. That actually fits together really nicely. Okay, the shoulder dragon really kind of makes this. Oh, damn, those are some extra... Are those supposed to be daggers? Those aren't fucking daggers. Those are broadswords. That's a cool dress thing. Like with the tail that kind of drags. It's really nice. Oh, that's a cool mouthpiece. Like, does that come with a hat, or is that like a separate... That's interesting. And then that's really nicely contrasted, actually, because like most of the outfit is really simple, and then you have like the mask thing that's like sort of bright and gold, where everything is sort of dull and gray and silver. So like it stands out really strongly. It would be a very different outfit like if the whole thing was like full of gold and like decoration, but then like the mask, like it creates like that point of interest. That's pretty cool. If that's a cosplay, I don't recognize it, but that's a cool little poncho thing with the hat. It's a nice outfit. So's that. Like, again, like, that's simple. Like, it looks like that's a coat that you can kind of just, like, walk down the street and then you could see someone wear something like this. Ah, so the pink against the whites to sort of give, like, a pale... Yeah, that's kind of nice, like, contrasting that with the leggings, especially. Are they Christmas themed, or is that just me? They sort of look Christmas themed. Which works, like, with the winter coat and all. Oh, that's nice. Oh. Let's see, what's that book look like? It's mostly just on fire, which makes it kind of hard to see, but oh, okay, so it has like these big wing things. And a pretty cool design inside it, too. Oh, you can write in it. That's funny. All right, and then like the aura, that's actually nicely coordinated a little bit. Like having the aura, like scaly skin or whatever the fuck it is. Like that works pretty well with the way that these pants are cut. Because it sort of pokes up and you get like it sort of gives you the same decoration as a tattoo without, you know, being one. Those are really cool pants. Okay, I like the glasses a lot. Because, like, the armor says Dark Souls, and then the glasses say Cyberpunk 2077. I like that. Anachronism is fun. Like, a little bit. Like, that's the same thing, like, I do with, like, Brick and his, like, round nerd glasses, in contrast to all the other nonsense that he's got going on. Kind of the same trick, like, doing that little one thing that's sort of incongruous with the rest of the design. It creates a point of interest, right? Because, like, the risk you run with a lot of the outfits in the game is, like, if you hew too closely to looking exactly the same way, exactly the way that the outfit is meant to look, air quotes, like if you just wear the full outfit, it does make you it does introduce a little bit of risk of feeling NPC-ish, like where the only points of divergence are going to be, like, your particular character customization. But if you just, like, fuck with it a little bit, like, introduce that little one incongruous elements, that can be a really good way to create, like, a distinctive character. That is a futuristic-ass Power Ranger suit right there. And, like, the glasses are a great touch, like the little glowing green eyes that they've got. They're a really good touch for that. Cool axe, too. I will say, like, whoever did the visual effects on this act, like, maybe the spinning runes around the thing, maybe the hook and the green and the glowing and, like, maybe that was enough. Maybe we didn't need that. That's very extra, but still, I mean, it looks cool. It's just, I'm thinking of, like, the visual designer who did that, and it's like, sometimes these people should be told to stop. Man, anyway, I have to end the goddamn... Oh, hey, another one! Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't get less extra, does it? That skirt is really nice. Or the tunic part of the dress, something. But I like the frayed edge. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I have to end the episode. I have to go do work. I have to go do work. So, with the fashion show happening in front of you, I am just going to tell you that if you've enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy XIV with me, you can hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below. They'll let you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want to watch episodes early, we've got the looping emotes happening. If you want to watch episodes early, you can become a member of the channel, which will give you early access to episodes. You can watch them being recorded live over on twitch.tv/tbskine, if you're interested. And... besides that, I have a Patreon, a merchandise store, tip jar. You can support the channel if you want to. You don't have to. And thank you very much for watching. Remember to wear a mask and wash your hands. Take your vaccines and have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourself.